Hey everybody, Marcus here with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. I just completed my first flight with the DJI Mavic 4 Pro, and I brought another battery with me. So I plugged it in there, and yeah, I want to put this thing up in the air again and just try out some of the features. We'll do a master shot, maybe a few quick shots, etc. Just have some fun with it, and just show you a few tricks with it. I'm gonna try that roll maneuver. I tried the roll maneuver initially on my last flight, and I didn't get it right. So I'm going to look back in the instructions and see if I can figure that out. I may or may not get that right, but we're going to try it anyway. So anyway, I don't know what all we'll do, but we might even do a little tracking. I don't know. Let's try it out. Okay, I've got the drone fired up and a screen recorder started. I just did a safety check on the last flight, but we'll look at it again just to make sure there's nothing screaming at us here. And it's not asking for any calibrations, so we are in good shape. And we're going to shoot in 4K 60 frames per second. I think I need to switch it into just regular video mode, normal video, in order to do the master shots and that sort of thing. So I was in Explorer mode. So anyway, let's go ahead and start recording. And yeah, we're going to do another automated takeoff. That's what I did on my first flight. So take off. And just like I did at the it updated the home point, which is a good thing. And just like I did on my first flight, I'm going to go up 7 meters high and see if we can. And there's 6.5 meters. That ought to be good enough. And see if we can get a precision landing. The first flight, it landed right on the pad, you know, perfectly. So, right, in fact, it landed right on the H. So, DJI's got that down pat. Those days of it not quite getting it done are long gone. And we got the drone pointed at us so you can see it here. And you know, of course, obstacle avoidance is in full effect. Let's hit full stick forward. And you can see the drone fly right around me. I'm going to spin the drone around here, and we're going to do our droney a little different direction than I did last time. Okay, so the sharp-eyed among you will probably see, if you watch my first flight video, I did not have the antennas out. So I flew that whole flight with the antennas folded up. And you know what? The drone did just fine. But anyway, we've got them folded out now. So that should help us get a little bit better signal. But in any case, let's do our droney, reversing up. And actually, I'm not even going up at all. We're just doing reverse because it's going right out over the canyon. And you guys are getting a good look here. Look at this. That is just so dramatic. And I noticed I had the switch in sport mode, but whenever you fire it back up, it'll start in normal mode no matter what you do. So, but anyway, I switched it back into normal mode. And yeah, you know, we always got to kind of give a look at the canyon itself. So this is where I'm at dedication point on the Snake River Canyon, and we'll just do kind of a quick turn around here so you can see both directions, and then we'll come back above us and we'll try some of the intelligent flight modes out just for the fun of it. Why not, right? And boy, I can hear the drone down there. It's not like it's super loud, but I can definitely hear it. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a second. I'm going to look in the menu and see if I'm doing that roll thing correctly. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I see what I was doing wrong. So when you see where it says gimbal roll there, it says you use the right dial, and I was using the dial on the front of the controller. So I had that wrong. That's what I'm doing wrong, and yeah, we'll get out of there. I always leave it set on the safety menu. Let's get back to it. Okay, I'm going to pick up the camera just a little bit for effect, and we're going to go forward And I'm going to hold down C1 and see if I can roll the gimbal. So we're going forward in normal mode, holding down C1 and roll. There, that works. That works. Look at that. So we're doing that old gimbal roll. We're upside down. There's 180 degrees. I like how it gives me a degree wheel on the screen, so I can see how far I'm going, and it'll go actually beyond that. So let's stop at 360. Yeah, I stopped at well, a little over. See if I can get it back. There's 360 right there, so that's normal. So that works. So anyway, again, I knew I was doing something wrong on my first flight, but it was kind of quick and dirty. So let's see. I let go of the C1 button. What happens when yeah, so, but I still have that, I still have the degree wheel there at the top of my screen. Okay, let's try that again. I'm holding down C1, and this time I'm going to go the other way. Well, yeah, it'll stop at 400, won't it? Yeah, it will. Okay, let's go back, and let's go, we'll go fully the other direction. And I'll tell you what, this is a little scary because you feel like you're flying into something. There's 180. This is when you're glad you got obstacle avoidance, right? Because it looks like I am. Yeah, I'm kind of going towards the side of the canyon there. Yeah, look at that. And yeah, I can go 40 degrees more the other direction. So let's get it back to 0. Maybe. There we go. There we're at 0. And I let go of that C1 button. And yeah, so be careful because you can see what I did. Of course, I have obstacle avoidance on, but I was flying right towards the side of the canyon as I was doing that. But I think while we're at it, we should continue this flight because this is pretty cool. We're seeing some part of the canyon, maybe a different view than I normally show you on the far side of the canyon. Let's go up and over the edge here. Boom, look at this. Look at this, folks. Is this cool or what? Yeah. And I'm dropping it down as we go. And I better stop there. Yeah, I knew I was afraid of that signal-wise, so I better grab some altitude here. We're picking up some altitude. Yeah, we got signal back. So, yeah, let's bring this guy back. And that's the Swan Falls Dam there that you see off in the distance. And let's bring this guy back towards us. So, yeah, God, we've been videoing for 8 minutes and still at 80% battery. So I'm going to throw it into sport mode. I'm going to get this guy back to us because I want to try out some other stuff here on this battery. So let's get this guy in gear. And again, I'm in sport mode. We must be going against the wind because yeah, we're only getting 18 meters per second. So that's about 40 miles an hour or so. And when we were going the other direction, I had it over 50. So it's definitely, there's a little breeze. I don't feel that much wind, but it certainly could be different over the canyon there. But again, I always think this looks really dramatic as you approach the edge of the canyon. I like flying right along the edge of the canyon. And we're going to get this guy back to us just as fast as we can. So we're kind of going over the edge back to the plains. There's a lot of interesting trails and stuff here along. A lot of people hike along here. I noticed that I was I was inadvertently banking to my right there a little bit as I was flying. Easy to do. You can see that there's a trail there that goes right to the edge of the canyon. This is BLM land, so it's public land. You know, it's open to the public. In fact, the BLM, they actually maintain a lot of those campsites down in the canyon. There's restrooms down there, etc. You know, just dry restrooms. And you can see this is the trail, I think, that goes to that trail that goes down the canyon. And we're going to fly over the top of the compass here that told the old airmail guys where they were going. Right there. Has anybody changed anything there? Nope. That looks all the same. There's a lot more weeds, I guess is what I'm saying. That used to be pretty clear, but it looks to me like it's going to get overgrown before too long. So coming back to us, I'm moving back kind of towards the edge of the canyon just for dramatic purposes. And again, that same spot, I'm telling you, there's got to be some swallows there. I saw a couple of obstacle avoidance, and it's always at that same spot. So there's definitely some, I'm sure, cliff swallows there. Okay, so here we are. And let's see here. What am I going to use? I think for the, we'll use this this little display here for our center of focus, our point of interest. And we're about 10 meters high. Maybe I want to be a little higher than that for drama's sake. So we're going to go a little further away, 14 meters high. And I am going to stop recording now. Boom. And we're going to click on the little film strip. And let's do a master shot first. Let's see. It's going to give me a tutorial. I already know how to do it. And I'm going to draw. It's got a plus sign on me, but I'm going to draw it over the little, well, if it'll let me. Yeah, so it did. It got that, and it says estimated time 2 minutes. Let's see what it is here. Yeah, it's all medium, so that's perfect. Let's let it do a medium. Let's click start. It's giving me all the instructions here. 3, we know what we're doing. 2, it's going to count down 1. Here. Adjusting aircraft position. Now, we've seen MasterShots before, but it's still a lot of fun in my humble opinion. I had my action camera still going there for some reason. Anyway, I just shut it down. So the drone is, it's doing a droney, and I think that looks pretty cool. We're seeing the edge of the canyon, and we're seeing the trail that you walk down to get here. Circle far, and what'll be interesting is because of the telephoto abilities of this drone, it might be kind of interesting. So pitch up and fly forward. And I'm not going to show you the screen recording while it's doing this because I want you to see the pure video. But yeah, so but I'll just tell you now it's saying circle close. And I don't think the drone moved any closer, so that's using the telephoto abilities of the drone. Look at that. There's a shot, huh? Right over the canyon. And now circle medium coming back. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I believe with this Pro controller, I may be able to edit some of DJI's kind of presets, pre-edited videos that you can put together with MasterShots. There's rocket and then camera down and fly forward. Yeah. Camera down and circle. That's one of my favorite moves to do manually. I just think this is neat on the edge of the canyon. Camera straight and descend. And there you see the edge of the canyon. That looks really cool. I don't think you need to edit that. I think you just need to show it as is. So it'll return. Now it's returning to its original position. And battery-wise, we're at 60%. So there was a message on the screen there. I didn't see it. Something about screen recording. I don't know. But any kid, and oh yeah, screen recording. It won't show me the preview of a video because the screen recording is going. That's fine. Okay, so let me tap on that again, and we're going to go into QuickShots. And yeah, it's trying to tell me what to do here. Oh, it'll do an automatic rotate. Look at that. So, wow, you can do that in QuickShots. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? So let's just try that. Let's see what it does. Again, I'm going to, well, does it even, I don't think you need to do a point of interest on that one. I'm going to hit the button. Let's see what it does. 3, 2, it's counting down. 1. Yeah, and that's all it's doing is, the drone moved. I don't know exactly what it did there. And it's still going. It's moving forward. Oh, well, no, it's giving me start again. So, yeah, and it was just a 180. So there's settings there. Okay, here's what we're going to do, folks. We're going to go back out over the canyon, and we're going to try the automated version of that roll. I did it manually. I didn't know it was in QuickShots, so let's try this. Let's get it out over the canyon. And you know, this is a parlor trick really, but it's still kind of fun. So let's click on that down arrow and see what we have. So we can do our rotation angle from 180 to 0. We're going to leave the speed of the rotation. Well, let's do it on slow. What do you think? Medium, minimum. Yeah, 6 degrees per second. So let's do that. We're going to do it slow, but we're going to speed up. Well, yeah, so that's maximum speed right there for the speed of the drone. And the rotation angle, do we want to do a 180? Yeah, so I'm clicking on it, and I'm seeing you only have, oh no, there's 360. So you got a bunch of different choices. So what the heck? Well, we did a 360 already. Okay, let's do a 40 to 40. So that's going to be a full 360 plus in both directions. So let's click start. 3, 2, 1. So this should be interesting. And it's starting. Again, I'm certain that you've probably seen a number of these already, because I'm sure a lot of people have done them. Okay, so it tilted. Okay, so that's okay. So I thought it was going to do more than a 360, but it didn't. It just did a 40 to 40. Okay. So I see what it did there. So that's not a full 360. So let's try it again here. And let's do a, and that had minimum rotation speed, which is where we set it. So let's click on that angle again. And let's do a 180. And let's click start. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, look at that. Yeah. So there it goes. And it's going to do a full 180 loop. Pretty cool that you can automate it, because again, I thought you could only do it manually, and that's what I did earlier. Kind of cool that you can automate it. So, you know, I'm like a kid with a new toy, right? Discovered something new, so you got to try it out. You know, here we are, we're upside down now. And of course the drone's just flying forward, and it's just spinning that big old gimbal. But they gave you a lot of different ways to do this. That's the beauty of QuickShots, isn't it? It gives you a ton of different ways to get things done. I'm sure there's some people that are more creative than I am that are going to have a lot of fun with this. And there we go. It finished. So let's bring it. Well, you know what? While we are here, we're going to need to try some pictures. So I'm gonna go up to Pano, or down to Pano, and let's see. I don't want to do a free. We're just gonna do the usual 180. Let's scroll up here. We got what is this one called? Anyway, it takes a bunch of pictures. I think this is a wide angle is what this one is called, and it takes 9 photos. Let's do a start there. And we'll get a look. We'll get some pictures. And it's stitching together the panel right now. Let's do the 180, and that's a fun one as well. Whoops, I hit a button there. What did I hit? I hit something. Okay, let's turn around, because we already looked that way. Let's turn around the other way. This is kind of more towards the sun. And this is going to take 21 photos. In fact, I'm going to move it over here so you can kind of see the dam off in the distance. There we go. Oh, that's going to be a good shot. Let's hit 180, start. And it's going to take 21 pictures. We are at 44% battery, and I started the screen recording 22 minutes ago, so that'll kind of give you an idea of how long we've been flying. And again, I got an obstacle avoidance warning there, which I don't know what that was. Could it have been a bird dive bombing it? Maybe. I'm not seeing any in front of the camera, so I don't know. That's some kind of an anomaly, I guess. Let's wait for it. Yeah, it got it all stitched together there. Okay, I'm going to go back into video mode, start video, and bring it back to us. I just realized I didn't take any regular pictures, but that's all right. Let's. I want to get to before I land it. We might have time for another picture, but before I land it, I want to get to some other quick shots. So I'm bringing it back towards us, grabbing some altitude. That was fun. That camera roll thing. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. So, and I love that they have that quick shot version, and they give you a lot of options and things that you can do. I did not know that. I did not realize that. Okay, so let's back the thing up and drop it down. And again, I'm going to see if I can put the little message board here at the center of things. And we're going to stop recording. Go back into QuickShots and see what else we have. Of course, you know, we've got the droney and the rocket and all that, but everybody knows what I like. I'm going to do a Helix, and we're going to do a big one. So Helix, and we're going to do, well, if it'll get that animation out of the way, I'm going to see if I can get that set up as the point of interest again, maybe. It's struggling. Subject loss, it says. There, we got it. Okay, so we're gonna do a big one here. Let's crank this guy out, because I want to see some dramatic shots of the canyon here. So we're gonna do 120 meters, and let's gonna click start. 2, 1. And I see a bird out there, but he is not. He is paying no attention. A little hawk, and he is paying no attention to the drone at all. He flew right on, didn't even look at it, paid no attention. But yeah, so we're starting the rotation here. And the reason that I think this is cool is you get to see down into the bottom of the canyon, and when it's over the edge, you see the edge of the canyon. I just think it's, you know, rather than on flat ground, it kind of gives you a dramatic look. Pretty neat that that the BLM, so the BLM built all this. This is all BLM land, and they upkeep these trails and this wall on the side. You see a lot of people take advantage of this. There's some clouds that have come in since I first got out here. It was really hot when I first got out here. Not that it's not still hot, but the sun isn't beating down on me like it was. So probably not ideal for the best pictures, but hey, it'll give you an idea of dynamic range of the camera on this drone. And boy, that drone is out there a ways, isn't it? And it's over the edge of the canyon. That's exactly the look I was hoping to see. And once it's done with that, I think we will we'll take a. I think we need to take some photographs, and then we'll do a return to home. Okay, so that one is done, and what it will do now, it'll return to its original spot where it started at. And you know, I don't need it to do that, so I'm going to stop it. I clicked on that X to stop it, and I'm going to go into photo again. There we go. And single photo. My friend Ron Brown would probably do AEB, but I'm not getting. I am just not that. I'm not a photo editor. I am shooting in JPEG. I know what looks good. I'll do my best to frame up a nice shot, and we'll go from there. So you guys are looking at the screen recording right now. I'm trying to get it sideways over the canyon because I want to kind of get, maybe just get the dam just on the edge there. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, this is perfect. This gives you kind of a cool look. And okay, we're gonna snap a picture. That ought to look pretty good. And you know, let's try something else. I know you can rotate this screen to go vertical, so let's try that. I rotated the screen, and I'm going to take another picture. And so we took a vertical picture. So we'll see how that looks as well. Kind of cool that they give you that that option. And let's back around here. And maybe we'll take another picture here. Let's kind of get, maybe we can get a picture close to the edge of the canyon. I'm going to move right towards the edge of the canyon, and I'm going to see if we can kind of get down and point the camera along the edge of the canyon here and get a picture of that, and we'll see how that looks. And yeah, look at this. And the cool thing about this drone, again, well, let's see, I got myself in normal mode, so I know I got obstacle avoidance rocking for me. I was in sport mode there earlier. Glad I remembered to look at that. No point in taking any chances, right? So let's get right down here. Yeah, this ought to be a pretty good picture. Yeah, look at that. I'm going to drop the camera just a little. And I like that shot a lot. There we go. Okay, it's time to return to home. We're at 25% battery. I'm going to switch to video. Starting video now. And I am going to do return to home on the app. And return to home.
Return to home.
And here it comes. You can see that green line. And I'm going to fire up the action camera so we can get a picture of the drone coming home. And I'll try with the action camera as the drone gets closer here. I'm getting a bunch of obstacle avoidance beeps, and there is nothing around the drone. I don't know. I don't know if maybe maybe the drone, and it always seems to be in that same spot, you know. Yeah, maybe it needs calibration or something. I don't know. There's the drone. I'm looking at it. And of course it's not beeping now, and I don't see anything around it. Well, yeah, there. Yeah, we're getting those beeps, and there's literally nothing around the drone. So I'll have to check into that and see what that's about. So the drone, you can see it. I'm looking in the sun, so it might be hard to see. but the drone is diving down here. It's just amazing watching it dive down. And then it turned around and is headed right towards the, yeah, and it's right on the landing pad. That was a really dramatic return to home. And I'm glad I got the action camera up so you can see that. It's gonna be right on the pad. Oh, that is so cool. Okay, I am certain that this drone probably would not corrupt a file even if you forgot, but always remember to stop recording. And I'm doing it on the app there. But also, if you want to stop your screen recording, you can stop it on the app, but you can also hold down the function button, hit the, well, yeah, and that shut it down. I don't know why I hit that button twice accidentally. And hey, look at that, it's asking for a firmware update that it didn't before, but we're not gonna mess with that right now. I'll probably do that when I get back home. Let me get it all shut down and we'll do a conclusion. All right, the DJI Mavic 4 Pro. I got the creator combo. We just tried out a few things. So most of the time, I think we spent a fair amount of time doing the famous gimbal roll, the rotation. I was kind of stoked. Well, I figured out how to do it manually now if I want to. But then also, I didn't know you could do it within QuickShots. And I was stoked to see how it gave you so many options within QuickShots. You can set the speed, you can set the degree of rotation, you can tell it how fast to rotate. All of that is pretty cool, and that is typical DJI, giving us those kind of options. And so that was a lot of fun messing around with that. But then we tried a couple QuickShots. We did the, of course, did the Helix, which is my all-time favorite. I got to show you a couple of panorama shots, and we took a couple of pictures, and twice in a row it got a precision landing. I mean, perfect. This is obviously a really smart drone. The only anomaly that I saw was, well, one of them was my fault on my first flight. I didn't have the antennas unfolded, but I did remember to do it on this flight. However, I was getting a lot of false obstacle avoidance beeps. Didn't affect the flight of the drone. It was still flying just fine. And, you know, so I thought maybe there were some little swallows flying around it or something, but that is not the case, because when I was coming in on the return to home, I was staring up at the drone and I was getting those beeps, and there was nothing around the drone. So I'm not sure what that is. I'll probably write a little note to DJI, see if I can figure that out. Maybe there's some kind of calibration or something that needs to be done. That said, the obstacle avoidance seems to work fine. So anyway, there's that. But anyway, I'm really thrilled to have this drone in my fleet of drones now. And I know, particularly here in the US, this is going to be my, my main drone for years to come. So I guess that's about it. This is Marcus with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out. And if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I appreciate that you took the time to watch this video today. And of course, we'll see you on the next one. Bye now.